Hi everyone. Let's understand different states of data and how can we secure data in different states. So, moving on, let's first understand how data is flows within the system. Flows first state as we input the data using any peripheral device like a keyboard, mouse, or using our touch, and data is processed using a CPU uh, or a GPU, and finally data is stored or it is outputted. The data output is done using devices like monitors, printers, or even a mobile device screen. Finally, data is also stored in RAM, hard drives, or cloud storage. Now, the first state of data is data at rest. What do we mean by data at rest? Data at rest basically refers to any data that is in computer storage and is not moving from any device to device or within a network. Usually this data is stored on physical media like hard drives, SSDs, flash drives, or data is stored in databases, storage arrays, or any other system. Now, data at rest, how can we secure data at rest? First thing that we can do is to make sure that there are access controls, strict access controls in place to limit who can access or modify data at rest. Second thing that we need to do is to make sure that data is continuously backed up and can be recovered if the system crashes. And the thing that we can additionally do is to make sure data is encrypted, which means data is encoded, and only somebody with the right encryption key can access this data. Now, moving on, the second state of data is data in use. Data in use means data which is used by for computations, editing, or generating information. This type of data is either getting processed or is getting manipulated by an application, user, or a system. Usually, this data is stored in temporary storage like a random access memory, RAMs, CPU registers, or cache. How can we secure data in use? The first thing that we can do is to ensure there are role based access controls in place. That means users with right role can only access data. The next thing that we can also do is to anonymize sensitive data elements by doing data masking for data in use. And then we also need to make sure that data in use is being monitored and audited using a system in place so that we can potentially identify any unusual suspected activity and maintain data integrity. Finally, the third state of data is data in transit. Data in transit refers to any data which is moving from one point to another, such as data which is being moving through internet or through a private network. It also includes data which is shared in the form of emails from one user to another, or data which is moving between data centers, or the information which is getting downloaded from web to a local device. Now, how can we secure data which is continuously in move? We can use protocols. Now, some of these protocols are like secure file transfer protocols or SFTP. So, when data is being moved within a network, make sure that we are using SFTP protocols to transmit sensitive data. Second type of protocol are secure socket layer or transport layer security, which uses certificates to encrypt data while data is being transmitted over network. And then we can use our own tunneling mechanism like using virtual private network to secure data. How does these strategy changes with different state of data? When data is sitting at rest, we can apply robust encryption techniques. We can place strict access controls and then regularly backup and secure data when it is stored in a specific location. When data is in use, we need to apply role based access control, leverage data masking techniques, and closely monitor how data is being accessed or used. Finally, when data is in transit, we need to also ensure that there are security measures like data is transferred using secure file transfer protocols or when it is moving through the network, there are SSL and TLS protocols that are being followed, and then we have our own tunneling mechanism like virtual private network. Finally, this is a key thing that we need to consider in today's digital world to secure data. If we are not securing data, our privacy could be compromised, our systems will not perform, our brand value can be impacted, and then the different methods of data security need to be applied depending on what type of file system we are using, what type of network we are accessing data with, and then what type of infrastructure is in place. With that, thanks a lot.